there it is. Good afternoon, hello, it's Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. You join Liz and I today for a bit of a catch-up. Hello, Liz. Now, the last time I picked this camera up was, I think it was just over 3 weeks ago, and the video was a rest day. I was feeling slightly under the weather. You were already ill, and I just said, I'm just listening to the body, I'm just going to have a rest. And then things went quite downhill for both of us, didn't they? So
they did. Today's
video is just going to be a bit of a catch-up. Where have we been? What have we been doing? But firstly, thank you very much to everybody who has messaged and commented and said, where are you? What are you doing? Because I really, really appreciate it. And honestly, it really, really did help. So, Liz, when I recorded that last video a few weeks ago now, you were very unwell.
It's hard to remember back because although it's been just over 3 weeks, it feels like 3 months. Yeah. It's been rough.
Yeah. Now, this is all first world problems, and there's plenty of people that are worse off than us, so we're not by any means trying to cry out for sympathy or make out like we're really hard done to, because we're not. But just a case of this is just what we've been doing the last few weeks. So go on then, let's pick up from there. You were quite ill.
Yeah, so I was really poorly, ended up going to the doctors and was told I had sinusitis and bronchitis, so I was given a course of antibiotics for that. Just in bed, doing not a lot. At one point, my mum came over and did the chickens for us and brought us hot food, and because it was bad,
So you were really unwell.
Yeah.
And I was sort of okay the first week, and then I started going a bit downhill when you were in the worst bit.
Yeah.
And I obviously just thought, I've got the same thing as what you have. Went to the doctors and got some antibiotics, different antibiotics to what you had, but the same sort of thing. They said you got a bacterial chest infection, here's some antibiotics, ride it out. And that next week was you were starting to get a little bit better. You weren't by any means healthy, but you were not as bad as you were, but at the peak of it, when we were both ill, like you say, thank you very much, just like Liz's mum had to come over and clean the chickens out and bring us some food around and stuff, because we just couldn't, the tiredness and the illness, it was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just like
terrible sleep and coughing and nauseous. It was really, really quite grim, wasn't it? I've not been that ill in ages. I'm not actually fully 100% better yet, to be honest. I feel still a bit croaky, but a lot better than what I was. So that going into week 2 for you, you were getting a little bit better, but I went to the doctors once or twice, not Liz, and he right. This sounds excessive, but it wasn't. I've been to A&E 3 times.
You've been to A&E 3 times. You've been to out of hours primary care through 111 twice or 3 times. And you've been to the local doctors 2 times.
Yeah, right. Thank you to the NHS.
I've just been to the local doctors, as normal people do.
Now, let me just explain why that is. Because you follow the guidance from your doctor and from 111, and they tell you if you get worse, then to ring 111 and follow the guidance. So at all points, I just followed the guidance. I had real bad chest pains. I had a cough, and every time I coughed, I had a crippling chest pain. 111, out of hours doctor, he sort of said, he's not sure, but he's would worry that I had a blood clot on the lung, so referred me to King's Mill. This was in Ilkeston. I went to the doctors the opposite way for some sort of I had an ECG and a blood test to see if but apparently that tells you if you've had one or not. I had all that done. They said no, you're fine. And then I actually spoke to my GP later in the week, who said they've done the wrong test. They did a test to find out if you had a heart attack, not a blood clot on the lung. But anyway, it wasn't that. Thankfully, and it was just a case of just being sure. Number 2 visit to A&E was what
happened was, as you were getting over your chest infection, you picked up another viral infection, like tonsillitis type thing, and you were adamant that the sore throat you had was not just a sore throat, it was more serious than that. We went to A&E.
Some messages from some of my friends saying that it's a bit excessive, and again, I'm not trying to make out like I'm the worst illness in the world, but when I coughed, the pain in my throat was like 9 out of 10. It was like bringing me to tears, and I just thought, this cannot be. And when I swallowed, the same thing. It cannot be normal. I thought surely there's some sort of abscess or something in there. I gag a lot, don't I? Doctors are really struggling to actually see down it. So number 2, I went there for that.
So that was so the first A&E trip, we got home about half 11. We after getting there about 6:30, didn't we? So that wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Then the second A&E trip, we got there at 2:30 in the morning, and we left at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the third A&E trip, because you were still adamant that it wasn't.
It was the next night, and it was even worse.
Yeah,
and they said
it was
if
the
it gets
night
worse,
after. We got there at 11:50 p.m. and we walked back through our front door at 8:15 a.m. the following morning. We literally spent the whole night in A&E.
It wasn't even busy.
Well, there was a few people that night.
Yeah, but like we waited like 6 hours. Anyway.
Longer than that.
Yeah, I know the NHS under pressure and so on, but it was a long time. But essentially, to be told that you've got a viral infection, write it out, which I sort of thought, yeah, I know I've been told that, but I still had in my mind that wasn't the case, because I couldn't understand the level of pain I was in was just a viral infection. Because like anybody, I've had colds and flus and stuff, and it was just so much worse than that.
We've both been the poorliest we've ever been, haven't we?
Yeah, you weren't quite so dramatic. You sort of just got on with it. And,
yeah, but that's because I'm a woman.
Yeah. So Liz, thank you for spending a couple of nights in A&E with me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, which didn't help my recovery, because obviously I was still trying to get over everything, and I ended up getting an extended course of antibiotics from the doctors to make sure that my chest was fully cleared. So that was good once that happened. I've been back at work a week today now. I had 2 weeks and a day off poorly, and
I've had 3 weeks off.
3 weeks off, haven't
I
you?
just can't, especially the first 2 weeks, you can't focus on anything. I couldn't have a conversation with you, could I?
Well, it's only really been yesterday that you've actually been...
I'm still anyway.
Yeah.
So at the minute I'm waiting for some results. I had to give a phlegm sample yesterday to see if there's any bacterial infection lingering, so I'm waiting for the results of that to see if there is, if I need any different antibiotics or not. It's been a couple of days already, and I'm hoping the results come in tomorrow, but
Did
I don't
you
know
try
if that's
reading them yet?
yeah, around today.
Ah.
So that's where I've been. So not ideal, but you know what? You deal the cards that life, deals you. Don't play the cards that life deals you, don't you? So grateful to be in a position where like we're able to go and get seen by a doctor, and even little things like going and buying no end of painkillers and Strepsils. How are Strepsils £6.50 a packet? But all cough mixture, all that sort of stuff. We're just able to go and get it, which is a luxury, and it is a small consolation for being quite unwell. So what's next? Well, just over a week away, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there, even if I'm not riding, but I have the TriathlonDan group ride around the Outlaw Half Course. I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you're interested in coming, please do come along. It's at Cafe Velo Verde. We're starting there, meeting there. There's going to be a few small groups just riding the loop of the course, about 30 miles, flat, good terrain, hopefully good weather. The long range forecast is good, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You haven't said the date, I don't think.
Sunday 13th of April.
Oh, you might have
Sorry,
said
the
that.
details in the
I don't
description down below.
I don't know if you said it or not.
I can't remember what time. This is like 9:30 or 10 o'clock, something like that. But anyway, so I'm definitely going to be there.
I think it's 10 a.m. cycle start, but obviously be there earlier to just say hi and know which group you're going in and everything.
Exactly, it's completely free. Some of the Outlaw team are coming along as well, and hopefully plenty of people will be there. And really looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah, it's more just like a social thing, really. Obviously, getting a bit of a spin around the majority of the Outlaw course. Obviously, it's not the full course because we're not going out to Home Pierpoint and back. And social, just to chat, have a cafe stop afterwards. And for those that are doing Outlaw, see the course.
I was going to make a bit of a joke about, Liz will buy everybody a coffee. But I don't want to make jokes like that in case somebody actually thinks that's the case, because I can't afford to do that, all right?
Can't afford that, sorry.
We have coffee and cake afterwards, etc. What else is coming up? We are supposed to be going to Mallorca very soon, so we're hopefully going to go there and do that, but we will see.
Won't quite be the training week we initially
Not
thought,
quite.
but the bikes are still coming.
And what else?
We're picking out all the flat routes as opposed to finding the nice times.
I don't think we're going to get to go very far, are we?
No.
No.
Lots of ice cream stops though,
yes.
So that's the main thing.
Yeah, but we're back. Now, the next few videos on this channel are going to be some videos that I recorded a little while ago, and it's all about my... I'm not going to give it away too much, but my focus over the last couple of months has been losing weight, and I've made basically a few videos documenting that journey. They're nothing special, but they're really open and honest and quite raw, I think, from me, and quite. I don't know if have I played them to you yet? No. Okay.
I can predict what they're going to be like.
I didn't cry on it. So
well, that's a start.
I'm going to post those over the next few days. I think there are 4 episodes. I planned for there to be 8 episodes, and obviously it hasn't happened. But it is what it is. I'm just going to put them out there because I've made quite a bit of progress in the time that I was doing it. I'm going to pick it up again when I've fully shut this illness.
Yeah.
I'm now 3 weeks of absolutely no training. And it's not just no training. It's like I've hardly moved.
Yeah. Well, you've been so for all bad.
Yeah. So I'm really like just thinking, well, I've just got to do what I can.
Yeah, our eating habits just completely went out the window and everything. Like we've only since I've been back at work last week, we're just trying to get back into more of a routine with all that and everything, aren't we?
It was
everything just completely went to pot.
Yeah, there's quite a few days where we just couldn't hardly eat anything, and that's just no good for you, is it? Not getting enough calories in. Then there was one day where like I think I had a bowl of porridge and a tub of Ben and Jerry's just to get like some calories in, because I couldn't get anything. I couldn't eat anything else because it was really hurting my throat. Whereas the ice cream was the only thing I could really. So yeah, it was. But I thought I don't want to get into that habit. I can't just have a tub of Ben and Jerry's every day. 1,000 calories those tubs. Anyway, so that's where we are. That's what's going to be happening over the next few days. I'm going to try and get some content out while we're out in Mallorca. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. I'm very grateful that there are a couple of athletes out there who have said they will come on and do like training videos with me, which would be cool. I might be just spectating rather than actually training with them, but you know, we will see. And yeah, we're just looking forward to being back to full health, aren't we, and just getting some activity. I think when you're ill, it makes you really grateful for the times that you're not ill,
and you don't realise how much your life is affected do you when you are poorly, and then how, like you say, how grateful you are of the things that we do on a daily basis. So it's so good to be back. I was even so excited to go back to work.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm thinking the same as well.
But by 9:30 that had gone out the window. But the thought was there for the first hour.
Anyway, Ronnie, what do you reckon? Yeah, I know.
Oh,
he's hardly bothered, has he? But Rupert didn't leave your side the whole time you were ill, did he?
He's been my best buddy.
Whereas Ronnie, he doesn't really care. Anyway, so thank you very much for tuning back in, and thank you for checking in. I've seen comments popping up over the last couple of weeks on old videos saying, "Where are you?" That's been really cool, hasn't it?
Yeah, and loads of people have like sent messages and things, haven't they? So yeah, that's really nice. Thank you.
And as soon as I'm fully better, I'm gonna be. Come on, let's get in.
We've missed it.
6 weeks till
we're glad to be back.
Yeah, 3 weeks till Dirty Reaver. We'll do what we can, won't we? Thanks for watching. Hope you're better than we are and are training well. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon.
If you're in Mallorca, we'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, I'll be at a cafe.
I'll be having an ice cream.
Yeah. Bye. I knew as soon as I finished recording that video there would be an update. Text from the doctor, your phlegm sample grew a bug which is sensitive to antibiotic called doxycycline. I've prescribed you some. So I've been to the pharmacy, got some. So this explains why I've been ill for so long. This bacterial infection obviously hasn't been cleared up with amoxicillin, which is what I had first, and 2 courses of. However, the side effects of this doxycycline, I mean, obviously, every single tablet tells you you're going to poo your pants every day, etc. But it does specifically tell you to protect your skin from sunlight, don't use sunbeds. I've done a bit of Googling, and that does seem quite serious in that it does something to the UV, how your body reacts to UV rays and causes you to get seriously burnt. Great, so as we're going to Mallorca, like tomorrow. So, I've just ordered some P20 SPF 50 because I have Peloton SPF 30, but 50 is obviously more protective than 30. And I'm going to just slather that on myself and try and not be out in the sun too long, I think. But what else can I do? Of course, there'd be some side effect that's going to further hinder my life over the next week or so, but this will pass. See you later.